Hey guys, so I have, I picked 10 questions here. So these are things that were like a lot of the same questions I kept getting DM'd to me on Instagram, on YouTube especially, because I work literally full time on computers and I really struggle with computers, the people that know my story already. So it's really hard to sometimes go in the groups and the comments are so small and just type and look into it every day on my phone. I just can't do it. So I make videos because it's easier for me. So thank God I've got amazing admins that work with me in the group like Chloe and Debs and Gemma that spend so much time in there because I really struggle with it. I do. Hence writing the book. Question number one of the big questions was, does weather affect you? Now you're going to understand that I'm coming up 6 years now I've had this. In the early days, it was horrendous. And I remember looking at the migraine weather report. You can actually go on and find a migraine weather report and it will tell you if you're going to get a migraine that day. My migraines never followed that whatsoever. So when they said you're going to have a really bad migraine today, it's like really high level that you could have a migraine. I never got one. And when it was meant to be the best day ever for migraine, like, oh, you're going to be fine, you've got no migraines today, it's the best weather for you, horrendous, bedridden. So I don't go by the calendar personally, okay? Now, weather didn't affect me so much, actually, as in hot weather, which is weird. Humid weather didn't really affect me that much. What massively affected me was cold weather. So the moment it started to get really icy and really cold, like maybe 0 degrees, -1, when you have snow, basically, when we get to that weather where we're likely to have snow, my ears would be in agony. Like my right ear in particular would just be so painful. I can't describe the pain. It was agony. Probably like when you're going on a plane and you get turbulence, and just as or not turbulence, just as you're coming down to land, you have real sharp ear pain from the pressure. It felt like that. And in the end, I had to literally have earmuffs, cover my head up completely. You know what I mean? It was like that was bad. That was really bad. So weather-wise, cold weather, yes, really affects me. A lot of migraine pressure, a lot of inner ear pressure, a lot of pain. Now, over time, it's got better. It has got better. It's not as bad as what it first was, but it was very severe. So for me, cold weather affects me, not hot weather, okay? And by the way, I'm having a bit of a brain fog day. I'm not really with it because I've just worked for like the last 2 hours solid and I'm a bit, ooh, which is another question I got on here actually. Right. Oh, I feel for this girl. 5-day migraines, what can she do? No, I'm not a doctor, okay? But when I had 5-day migraines, for me, the only thing that stopped it was sumatriptan, which you can buy from your chemist. Now, it is over the counter, but what they can do is, as long as you can prove you've got migraines and you might have used it before, or you've got some kind of paperwork saying you suffer from chronic migraines, they should prescribe it to you. Literally within half hour, it stops me. So if you have a really severe migraine, I take sumatriptan. Ask your doctor before you take it because it could interact with other medication you're on. But it's been my lifesaver. And I'm not on any meds now apart from emergency meds, which for me would be my sumatriptan. Now, going forward, when I'm very stressed, like during COVID, I found my stress was through the roof. My partner's in another country for 4 months. I don't know when I'm going to see him. It's on and off, like I can't fly out. I had 15 migraines last month. It killed me. So sometimes you can't control the stressful situations, especially in situations like lockdown. So rather than do a preventative again, what I am going to do is I'm going to go on to hopefully Amivog, I think it is, the migraine injection. And I'm going to speak to my neurologist in April and see if we can put me on that instead. And I want to take that in particular because it is a medication for migraines, okay? Anything else they put me on, I struggled with, like amitriptyline, topiramate. I can't even remember the names, guys. It's 5 years ago. I went through the list. I'm highly sensitive to meds. Now, I don't know if you read the book I wrote, but the difference with me is I'm working full time. I can't afford to be dizzy as fuck for like weeks on end when I need to hold down a job and pay rent. So now I wish I'd given them more chance, okay? But I didn't like it for me because I'd be off my face dizzy constantly, okay? And I had to work. Now, everybody's different with medication. I know amitriptyline has got people back to normal, literally, okay? The only medication that really worked for me was flunarizine, which is a calcium channel blocker. That massively improved my vision and dizziness, but over time, it made my moods get very low. It's very famous for being, can cause severe depression, very dark thoughts. So I was monitored very closely by my neuro, and then I had to come off it because I started to get really down and depressed, and I knew it was the meds. I knew it was the meds. Um, so again, I know other people on flunarizine that are just on it permanently, and their vision's incredible, literally. So it depends on every single person. I was working, I didn't have the luxury to sit back for 6 weeks and be dizzy and let the effects take over and adjust to it. I didn't have that option, so I just had to get on with it. And in the end, I choose to come off the meds because I had to work. While I have to work, I needed a house, I needed to live. I had no money, I had no support, okay? Pretty much that. No government support, nothing. For anyone that questions that. Trust me, if I had savings, there's no way I would have worked through this. Not in a million years, you kidding me? You can see I'm a bit angry because that still gets to me now that I had to go through all that. Okay. Sorry, this is a really funny one. Does diet affect you? I'm laughing because I eat everything. Now, I went to the National Migraine Clinic in London, and she told me they did studies and diet doesn't really affect you when it comes to migraines. Now, I don't agree with all of that, okay? Coffee is a trigger for me. Again, we talk about migraine threshold. This is my migraine threshold. If I have a coffee, it might, up my level here, migraine threshold, okay? And I will be okay. I can have coffee. It's one of my triggers, but it's not going to push me over. If I have coffee, lack of sleep, stressful job, I'll have a full-on migraine. So coffee I can handle some days and not on other days. And just to be safe, I don't take it at all now. I just do not drink any coffee at all. Other than that, I drink alcohol. I eat pickled onion Monster Munch, I eat chocolate, I've just had cheese, I eat sausages, and I did have a very strict diet when this happened, because remember guys, I've had this for like nearly 6 years, so I tried vegan, I tried everything starting off, literally vegan, gluten-free, keto diet, and to be honest, the diet didn't really affect me. I was so dizzy to begin with anyway, whatever I ate didn't make any difference, so personally, I eat what I want. I eat what I want, personally. And I'm still okay. I'm fine to function. I can work, I can go out. I'm going to play football in a minute in the park. I'm going to be knackered after, but I'm still going to play football. Right. Oh, when I mean football, I mean guys kicking the ball about. I don't mean I don't mean like a match or anything. Right. Walking, do you still get dizzy? Oh, fuck. You forget the dizziness because when you get back to normal, like a good level of functioning, you forget how bad it really was. And I only remember if I'm under extreme stress and pressure, and I mean extreme stress and pressure, and then I will walk out and everything's doing that. And I feel like I feel like the ground gives away beneath my feet and I'm just gonna drop through the floor. Like, it's nuts, seriously. Like, fucking Ninja Turtle or something and just disappear. Sorry. It's hard, it's really hard. So, I only get dizzy now if I'm under extreme stress, if I really overdo everything, if I'm working solid, and I can feel when it's happening because I start to get tired, drained. It's harder to get up in the morning. That's big warning signs to me to take it easy, close my shop because I have an Etsy shop, and rest. Okay, so 1,000,000%, yeah. I still get dizzy, but only under extreme stress. Other than that, I'm literally fine. Wake up today, I feel fine. I don't feel dizzy. The whole week I haven't felt dizzy. I go for long walks every day, a mile or two every day. I don't feel dizzy at all. I don't. It's only stress that brings it back for me. So it's important to mention. So, number 5, I feel too tired to get out of bed. I know I need to walk and keep moving, but I find it impossible. Now I was like, again, bedridden for weeks, on and off. Horrendous. Couldn't wash my hair. You don't know unless you've had this. It's chronic fatigue, by the way. People don't realise it's not just migraines, it's literally chronic fatigue as well. Just to have a hairdryer and lift it to your head and hold it for 5 seconds of this, impossible. Just to lean your head over and try and shampoo your hair will take everything you've got. And then you sit down on the floor after in the bathroom and you're moving and everything's moving and you can get little half spins, it's woo, woo, and your eyes can't catch up. People have no clue. So after washing my hair, I'd go back and sleep. And I hate to say it, but you have to keep moving. It's almost like a toddler would never learn to walk if he was just in his bed all the time. He's never going to learn how to walk again. And your vestibular system pretty much is like a toddler right now. You're starting to learn how to walk all over again. It's going to be exhausting. It's going to be knackering. You have to keep moving. If you stay in bed, you're not going to get better. Your vestibular system is broken. It needs to be retrained again, all over again, like a baby. So even if you have to force yourself to get out of bed, and you can walk to the living room and back. There's days when I've crawled. Okay, wasn't fun. But there will be that day, maybe in a whole week, you might have 10 minutes where you can get up and walk to the living room, and you have to try. And then just do that every day. Walk to the living room, walk back. This is how I started. Then I started doing laps around the living room, which was tiny. Then I did laps around the garden, which is like my room, tiny, small double bedroom. And I built up from there. And I'd go home and sleep. And I'd wake up, feel knackered, get out of bed, dizzy as hell, do it again. That's how I got better. I got better by moving, not really by medication so much, because I didn't really take meds because I was too sensitive to it. So for me, I got back by being active. Hands down, that's it. And nearly anyone that treats you for vestibular migraines, obviously you need a preventative. They tell you to stop the migraine cycle, to keep attacking you and bringing it on. For me, I had PPPD, which I can never say, especially today, which is post-pro... Ah, I can't say it, guys. Oh my God, this is going to kill me right now. You can tell I'm having a brain fog day. It means you're constantly dizzy. Every day, constantly. And I had that, and it's because I think I left my vestibular therapy for so long, because at first I thought I had labyrinthitis for a year. So I didn't really do a lot of vestibular therapy, and I didn't realise how important it really was to push through. You know, just walking 5 minutes a day wasn't doing it for me. I had to, in the end, go to hospital and have proper vestibular therapy, and that was intense. But all of a sudden, I just shot up, literally. Someone's going to mention this in the comments now, please. And I can't because I'm on my phone, so I can't even check it up. No, it's doing my head in. Hold on, I need to find it out. If not, this is going to really, really annoy me. Right, PPD. This is another thing, guys. We get brain fog. You can't think. You just go completely blank. Persistent postural perceptual dizziness. No wonder I didn't get that. Yeah, I was dizzy all the time. I had PPPD. Pretty certain the neuro said, because it's better now. But and to cure that, I did have to have vestibular therapy. I did. I had to ramp up from walking around the block 5 minutes. I had to literally go in and do specific exercises. One where they give you a ball and you throw the ball from one hand to the other. That sounds fair enough. It doesn't sound that hard to do that. But you got to watch the ball. So you're doing that. And then you got to throw it higher. So you go. And then you do that and walk around in a circle. Messed me up. But every exercise is different, you know. And I did that for about 6 weeks, and I just took off, literally. A lot of these exercises didn't make me dizzy anymore. So, yeah. Okay. So diet dizzy, too tired to get out of bed. Just got to stay moving. Simple as that. I know it's not really as simple as that, is it? It's fucking hard, but you got to do it, or you will stay in bed, literally. Did you have... Oh, man. Number 6. Did you have rocking and swaying for 2 years? Yes, I fucking did. Sorry, language. Yeah. You feel like sometimes you're walking, you're leaning like that. You feel like you're leaning, you're walking, you feel like you're walking at an angle. Other times I would just shoulder walls, like without even realising. I'm walking to the shop and somebody walks past me and I'm like, oh, they're going to hit into me. So I move over and just body slam into the wall. So the rocking and the swaying, oh my God, to this day, if I have to stand up, say I had to do a speech or something, which is lucky I don't because I'm terrified of people watching me. But you know what I mean? If I was on a stage and everyone was watching me and I've got to stand still and you got to stand still, I'd start doing that. It'd probably take about 10 minutes to kick in, but yeah, I would start swaying. So yes, I still get swaying if I stand up, you know, very, very still. If I just stand up on the spot for more than 5-6 minutes, I will start to sway. I like to keep moving, okay? Let's see. Rocking, again, like I'm on a boat, yeah. Again, I just feel like that, like I'm that. And when I look in the mirror, I'm actually standing straight. But in my head, I'm moving. It was nuts. It was nuts. Number 7, what job do you do? Um, I'm extremely lucky that I can work from an Etsy shop. I have an Etsy shop, very hippie, crystals, Reiki, crystals, the lot, kind of like hippie, holistic, spiritual kind of shop I do. Um, it's a miracle I can do that because I really did struggle with working full time. Even if I go back now, guys, full time, I guarantee I will go downhill again. I will go downhill again. I'll get sick again um, because it's too much. It's very hard to find a job unless you're on a computer all day, 8 hours a day at home that you can manage. And the biggest issue I've got is I cannot do computers for a long time. I can't. I get dizzy. So I'm really stuck that I can't do a job where I'm stood up all day because I start to sway. I can't have too many lights, bright noises, loud noises, like today, brain fog. It's very hard to do any kind of job like customer service, anything like that. Talking all day, I can't do that. I can't be on a computer for 8 hours. I was pretty much screwed. Thank God for me, I built up my Etsy shop. It's going really, really well. Now, if that fell apart, I would be in trouble again. I don't know what I'd do money wise. I'd probably go back to looking after kids, but literally maybe 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I would do the minimum amount of work I would have to do, literally, just to survive and get by, you know. So I really feel for a lot of people because work is a huge thing. And just thinking of all that I went through work, it's a miracle I am where I am now, to be honest. But so yeah, I have an Etsy shop and I do that. It's just solid. It's very busy. Um, do you get, let's see what else we've got. Do you get brain fog? Um, yes, I get brain fog because it took ages to answer that. Usually I get brain fog if I'm really overloaded, if I've had a hard day. So I haven't had much sleep in the last 2, 3 nights. Work's been crazy, crazy busy with orders and things like that. Um, I can't think. I can't get my words out. Like earlier, PPPD. I can't get my words out, and it's really frustrating when you can't explain what you want to say. Like I'm doing now. Yes, I still get brain fog. Yes, usually when I'm tired. So yeah, I haven't been sleeping. I get brain fog a lot. Number 9. What signs do you get you may what signs you get you may relapse? For me, when I have a relapse, if it's severe, it's usually 3 weeks, um, which is nuts because before it was 2 years solid. You know what I mean? Brain fog, warning sign. Not a lot of sleep, another big warning sign. Anxiety, biggest one I've noticed in the last years. My anxiety will go through the roof. It's like I'll lay in bed and the same thoughts, they don't really matter, go round and round and round and round and round and round and round, and I cannot stop them churning around my head. And my anxiety goes to the roof. That's a massive sign my system's overloaded and I could have a relapse. When the anxiety gets really severe, I know I'm going to have a migraine in the next 2 days. And I had one 3 days ago and had the same thing. Extremely stressed, no sleep, exhausted. Anxiety went through the roof. Next day, had a migraine. Now, for me, migraine, I took sumatriptan, it went away. But if it's really severe, then I will might have 2 or 3 days in bed in my room. I'll go out and push myself to go to the supermarket and I'm like that. And then it will be maybe 2 or 3 weeks to get back to normal. And again, that will be standing on the spot, meeting a friend and I'm rocking, I'm swaying, doing this and everything's dizzy. And that's the worst thing because when I relapse, the dizziness comes back. So all of a sudden you can't see properly again. It's like I can see everything now. And when I relapse, I walk out and everything's doing that. A friend's talking to me and they're moving in and out and the pavement's moving and swirling and you can't fucking see properly. Can't do anything when you can't see properly. It is bad. It's bad. So again, stress is a massive thing. Stress is a huge one for me. Not enough sleep. It's knowing my triggers. And once I try and get my triggers under control, I'm usually okay. COVID was difficult for me, fucking really difficult. I know that it's difficult for a lot of people, but especially with this vestibular disorder where you need to get out and be active to keep yourself, healthy. It was so hard because we're on lockdown. A lot of stuff shut. A lot of activities I can't do. You can't get on the trains. You can't do certain. I used to be on the trains all the time, guys. I live in London. I used to be walking around all the busy high streets. Really good for vestibular therapy. Tubes all the time. Completely stopped in my room. That's it. 20-minute walk a day. I started to relapse then as well. So it's very important you keep active. And yes, I do have relapses, but It's quite rare they're really long anymore. It might be a rough 3, 4 days I get them, and usually that's when I've been completely overloaded with everything. Um, Question number 10, because I'm tired just talking for this long. 10. What medications did not work for you? Now, I don't go into medications, and there's a reason for that. What didn't work for me may work for you. So, somebody wrote on YouTube, because they knew I didn't handle amitriptyline very well. You know, why didn't it work? You know, I don't want to. I'm scared of taking it or something like that. Just because I didn't handle it doesn't mean you're not going to. You could be absolutely fine on it. It could be your savior drug. It could get your whole life back for you, literally. Don't not do something because somebody has a horror story. Fuck, if you look at paracetamol, the horror stories on that, if you took that, what could happen to you? If you've seen all the side effects, don't go into it too much. You don't know what will work for you until you try it, okay? And you need to give it time. So yeah, I don't go into my epic list of medication because it might work for you. So it doesn't make any difference, you know. And I wrote in my book, I had a big list of everything they gave me. A lot of the medication they put you on for migraines is antidepressants, which kind of pissed me off because I'm like, how come we haven't got a migraine drug by now? Why am I taking antidepressants for a fucking migraine? Sorry, but that pissed me off. And it's all we had to go on. So now this time, to make sure while I'm quite stressed and working extremely hard, I want to go on a specific migraine drug. And that's why I want to try the Amivog, I think, or the migraine injections, because I want to try something that is specific for migraines. Okay. But like I said, loads and loads of people have got their lives back from all the other antidepressants drugs. Loads and loads of people have got them back. Calcium channel blockers, the lot. Loads of people. I'm just sensitive to it. That's it. So guys, that's 10 questions for today. I'm really tired. I'm going to go out and play football now. But the good news is it's going to be like 17 degrees next week. Boom. Okay, if you have any questions, write them in the comments and I will do another video soon to answer them all, okay? Okay, have a good weekend, guys. Bye.